The hip hop conversationalist. Money Marv, the councilman, man of a thousand metaphors. The hip hop, man of a thousand metaphors. The hip hop, councilman, thousand metaphors. The hip hop. Money marvelous, the hip hop conversationalist. Money marvelous, the hip hop conversationalist. Money marvelous, man of thousand metaphors. Money, the councilman of the streets.
Well, all right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Money Marv Report. I'm your host, Money Marv, aka DJ Mullah Maravillos, the councilman of the streets. Now, tonight on the Money Marv Report, I want to talk a little bit about family, friends, acquaintances, various random shit, but not so much random shit. And I'm really gonna go there tonight, cause when I'm doing this thing that I do here on Sunday nights, and the things that I've been doing for the last 7 years that I've been doing on Sunday nights, I notice I always get a lot of people. They always want to say, yo, Marv, we need to partner up, man. We need to get together. We need to work together. We need to do a few things. We need to hook up. We need to hang out. We need to do some business. I need help. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Now, the humanitarian in me doesn't have a problem helping people doing what they have to do to try to succeed in whatever industry that they're in, if I'm familiar with it. And it's always particularly the music industry, the podcast industry, the radio industry, whatever it is, right? And I also have to tell people all the time, I don't have an issue with helping, but at the same damn time, when is somebody gonna help me out? Because I'm always like, I'm helping all the time, and I'm looking out, and I'm showing people what to do. But then I have some moments where I'm like, somebody gonna actually sit down and ask and let me come to them for some help. Because everybody wants to do business and everybody wants to do things and think that they can just break into the music industry. And we all know the music industry is very hard to break into. And it's oversaturated, just like the radio industry and the podcast industry is oversaturated with very many people. And you have to always go up against the major media companies, right? The major media companies, and that's CNN, Fox, MSNBC, even some of these other platforms here on YouTube, just like other platforms on Radio King, because we're doing 631 Radio right here, hosted by Radio King. And we're also doing 631 Radio on YouTube. Now, we got plenty of YouTubers and plenty of different people doing the same thing, and everybody is trying to pigeonhole everybody that does this thing in a lot of disenfranchised communities. And people always say, oh, I got a podcast, and people say, what is it about? And you tell people, oh, it's about hip-hop, sports, a little bit of everything, a little bit of this or that. And it's not really tied to one genre of, thing. And there's nothing wrong with having a diverse podcast. where you want to talk sports, politics, and various different things. There's nothing wrong with that. And me, I don't do things to be famous. I never wanted to be famous. I don't need to be the elephant in the room. Now, what I will say to people is this. I don't have an issue with working my way up. But I'm not going to kiss nobody's ass either, because that just ain't going to happen. And I ain't got to sit here and try to compete with anybody to do what I'm doing, because I've been doing what I'm doing. And rest in peace to my good partner, DJ Face Off. We didn't always agree when it came to the Money Marv and Company radio show that we did on Strong Island TV and Strong Island Radio. And that show did pretty good to be a Facebook talk show. Now, we called it a radio show because we played music. We play music here on the Money Marv Report. And that took off out of nowhere. People didn't see it coming. And also, too, we have friction with each other. Friction with the program director. Well, he's a good personality, but he curses too much. And he says too much outlandish, controversial things. And me, I'm just one of them people like, yo, listen, I am me. I'm going to be who I am. I'm not going to get behind a microphone and change my perspective or change my opinion, my philosophy, my ideology. I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to kiss nobody's ass because I don't have to kiss ass. I got my own ass to kiss. And I ain't kissing nobody's ass. I put in a lot of work to do what I'm doing. Had to invest a lot of money in technology to do what I'm doing. Now, I don't get no help. I don't get no support. I don't ask for people to support me. And the few people that genuinely do support Money Marv and the Money Marv Multimedia TV Network / entertainment company, listen, I thank those people because it's not a lot of people. It's a handful of people. It's so many people that I grew up with that see me on social media. They don't engage with nothing I do. My own family doesn't engage with anything that I do. And they have every right not to support me. But they'll watch the Drink Champs, the Shay Shay Shack, the Joe Rogan podcast, the Joe Budden show, Queen's Flip. They'll watch that. Hassan Campbell, Gully TV. They'll go watch all of those other guys, but they don't watch me. They don't even pay me no attention. Why? Because the people that know me think that they know me. And you don't know anybody. Because when we get older, we outgrow our friends and we outgrow our siblings and other family members and relatives as well. Now, some people may say, oh man, yeah, I know him. That's old so-and-so from the neighborhood. Nah, he ain't nobody. Because that's how we are programmed in the black community. Minority community. That's how we are programmed to shit on each other. Why? Because that's nigga mentality. People will tell me when they see me in the street, hey, Money Marv, I see you doing your thing. And sometimes I want to respond to why you don't respond to me on Facebook. Why you don't subscribe to my YouTube channel, but you see me doing my thing. Now, I got a relative, I'm not going to mention his name, but he always says, hey, cuz, man, I see what you're doing. I don't like a comment or anything, but I see what you're doing. But it's never, hey, keep doing your thing. Congratulations. It's never any of that. And what that tells me is realizing it. See, fakers, they're going to do fake stuff in your face. It's those snakes that you got to watch. And those snakes are always people close to you. Whether it's your best friend, other close friends, family members, relatives, whatever you want to call them. So they fall in the category of fakes and snakes. See, snakes will play like they like you, like they want to be involved with you and play you close and all this other stuff, and not even let you know that they don't really care for you, but they will play you like a fiddle just to get whatever they want from you and get whatever they can out of you, because it's about the monetary gain. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about the long game. It's just for a monetary gain, a small gain, to get whatever they want from you. Let me tell you the mentality of small-minded people. Small-minded people steal little things. They steal small things. You know, there was a situation in my life where I got into some trouble with the law. I don't run from that. I don't hide that. Got in trouble with the law, right? And we all know when you're living a particular lifestyle, I'm using that word again, particular. When you're living a particular lifestyle, there's consequences and repercussions for what you do. So me, I had to pay the piper. Had to go do what I had to do. So I get in a situation, and people didn't want to even see me get out of that situation. And you know what they did? They stole from me. Stole something that really didn't really mean anything. And it wouldn't have added up to much, because when the person took it, it was just for the monetary gain. And that was a snake that took it. Not a person named Snake, but a snake who actually took it. Because that snake was very close to me. And I got bit by that snake several times, because when those snakes are close to you and they think that they know who you are, they will keep biting you until you cut their fucking head off. Because that's what you have to do to a snake. Now, a snake doesn't come, they come in all different shapes, sizes, and colors. They don't let you know that they're a snake. Just leave some money laying around. Watch how fast they pick it up. It could be $100, $200, or $300, because greed is the disease of the small. Greed is the disease of the small. Small-minded people do small-minded things. And over time, doing what I do, people tend to say, I don't think people really understand exactly what you're doing or what your message is. Well, what my message is people who come from the struggle like me, who get told that they can't do this, who get told no hundreds and thousands of times and fall down and get back up. My message is to those people is get up every time you fall. Get up every time you fall. And if they knock you back down, you get back up. And you get the strength to knock them down. And kick down that door and break that barrier and break that cycle that cycle that you live in. Whatever your circumstances and situations are. My thing is for the underdog. Because I'm an underdog in this game. Now, there's a whole lot of people that don't listen to the Money Marv report. They don't listen to 631 radio. They don't even listen to the Money Marv and G Money show on Saturday nights live on Facebook and YouTube. They don't listen to that. And here's where I'm going with this. When people talk about, well, if this video has 3,000 views, and this one has 300, and this one has 30 views. But this video right here got 3 million views. I'm going to listen to what they say with the 3 million views. Forget that 3,330 and all these other views, because see, the views, the video that has 30 views may have a really deep message in there, but you won't listen to that because you people are so brainwashed by large amounts of numbers. And numbers only mean something when, you know, you're trying to make money. That's when the numbers mean something. You know what I'm saying? The message for me is to tell the underdogs, you can do this. Because I wasn't brought up rich. I come from the struggle like everybody else. Get up every day and work hard and do everything that I need to do for myself and my child. And it may not be the way people think I should be doing it, but I gotta do it the best way that I do it. Because ain't nobody gonna do me better than me. Can't nobody do me better than I do me. And can't nobody do you better than you do you. And at the same time, and in the same breath, people always want to criticize you. And it's always the people that want to be close to me, allegedly be close to me. You know what I mean? That want to give their constructive fucking criticism and tell me, oh man, I was thinking about you the other day and I was wondering, damn, why is he not furthering his career? Why? Oh, I know why. Because you're too honest and you tell too much truth. Well, what do you want me to do? Get on microphone airwaves and talk a bunch of falsehoods and tell false narratives? Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be Money Marv. I'm going to be me. Nobody else. I'm not trying to do nobody else but me. Now, if a few people along the way want to support my channel, support my station, then that's perfectly fine. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I greatly appreciate everybody that, like I always say, take 5 minutes out their day to listen to what little old me gotta say. Because, you know, it's just this old slow talking, crazy nigga from Long Island that people in Long Island say, oh man, he's crazy, man. I don't know what's up with that dude. He's out there, man. He's crazy. And people run that crazy business like, you know, that you're really crazy. They'll say I'm crazy, but I can tell you this, they won't tell you that I'm lying. I can tell you that much right there. They won't tell you that I'm lying. Because they know I'm telling the truth. And they know that I ain't got no problem shining no big, bright spotlight on they ass and pulling they card. Whether it's on the internet or whether it's in person. Because I'm not a person who's going to troll people on the internet. I ain't got no time for that. I'm one of them people I'm going to pull up and show out. Why? Because I'm still about handling business. And if you crossing the line and being disrespectful and you trying to, you know, downplay my craft, yeah, then I'm going to have a problem with you. Just because I don't agree with you doesn't mean I have to be your enemy, but you ain't going to tell me that I don't do what I do. You're not going to tell me that I don't do what I do, because I do what I do in my space, in my lane, and can't nobody tell me that I don't do whatever it is that I do in my space, in my lane. I do what I do. I don't try to do anybody else. I don't try to be anybody else. I just do my own thing because I just love to do my own thing. I don't try to fit in with nobody. I don't have very many celebrity friends. I'm not connected with too many celebrities. And the ones that I do know, we're not even acquaintances. We did a couple of interviews and that is that. So don't come telling me what I need to do if you ain't never done nothing. Because I done got out my ass and got it out the mud. Just like every regular working person in this world. I work very hard for the things that I have, But we'll take a quick break and I'll be right back.
Yeah, this is DJ Face Off, and you have now reached Money Marv, the podcast show. Y'all know, right? Get familiar.
What up, y'all? This is John Jiggs, and right now you tuned into the Money Marv Report. Let's go.
What up? This your boy M.O.U.F. Move over, you finish one part Monopoly. You are now tuned into the Money Marv Report. You already know. Long Island, stand up. One.
My name's Jolie, and you're now tuning into Strong Island's finest, the Money Marv Report. Let's get it.
This is Nick West. Right now, you are tuned into the Money Marv Report.
This is Maya the Bee, and right now I'm rocking out on the Money Marv Report.
What's good, Strong Island? It's your boy DJ Show Nuff, WSMD Radio, the mouth of the South, and I'm tuned into the Money Marv Report, Long Island's #1 internet podcast radio show. Let's go.
Hey, yo, what's good? This is Mike Mountain, and right now you're tuned in to 631 Radio. Peace.
Well, all right. We are back to the Money Marv Report. This is episode 6. So we just talking tonight. No music. We just talking tonight and just kind of setting the record straight on a few things out there, and talking about all these so-called, supporters, the people that say they support, but they don't really support Money Marv. They don't support me, and I don't ask people to support me. But don't come to me with your constructive criticism if you haven't done anything, because I work very hard to do everything that I'm doing today and put my own money into this out of pocket. Didn't ask anybody for a dime. Had a couple of good friends. They invested in me by getting me some equipment. I didn't say, yo, I needed money. I need this. I need that. Shout out to my boy Lloyd. Shout out to my man Supreme. They definitely done the things that I said to, yo, here, bro. Here, my brother, I got you. I believe in what you're doing. And I don't get that from very many people. I get people always trying to criticize and asking me asking me the same questions over and over, like I'm gonna say something fucking different. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this music thing for a while. I've been in the industry. And I've definitely produced some records for some real popular people. But I don't say anything. I keep that low-key quiet because I'm not a flashy kind of person and I don't boast and brag too much. But don't get this thing confused. I've been doing this a while. I got a background in this music industry. Although it didn't work out, it didn't play out the way that I would like it to play out, because that's just the way things go out here in today's world. And we have people that have people behind them that give them a push. But me, I don't get the push. I just keep striving and working, because I know one day something will pay off, and one day somebody will tap in and listen and understand actually what I'm saying and understand what I'm talking about. And a lot of people say, oh man, you just misunderstood. No, I ain't misunderstood, motherfucker. I ain't stupid. And just like you ain't stupid, you know when someone tells you to shut the hell up. You know what shut the hell up mean. You be ready to fight and ready to get defensive and standoffish. So don't tell me like, you know what I'm saying, like you misunderstood. Ain't shit misunderstood about me. I don't hold my tongue, and I ain't never gonna hold my tongue. And I ain't out here trying to be friends with everybody, because I don't want to be accepted by people. I ain't never wanted to be accepted by anybody. I just wanted to do my thing in peace and not be bothered. And if that's a crime, then oh fucking well, I'm guilty as charged. Because I ain't asking nobody for anything. I ain't asking people to support. I ain't asking people to do this and do that. Because people ain't gonna do nothing. And when I'm out in the public, working in the community, working with the young men that are in trouble with the law, working as a credible messenger, a mentor, talking to these young people, going into these homes and telling young men, stay out of the penal system. The penal system ain't for you Black and Latino men. Stop making people rich. That's why I stopped going to jail and prison, because I realized I was paying for somebody's wife's BMW. I was paying for someone's kids' college tuition, paying for people's grandchildren's and their mistresses, people making all this damn money off of me, and I ain't making no money. Man, I realized something was wrong. I said, man, I'm in the wrong business. I'm boo-boo the fool right now. What the hell am I doing? But it took me a while to get to that point. I didn't become a grown man until I was 27 years old, until I had my first child. That's when I became a grown man, where I really sat down and I said to myself, you know what? I got to get it together. I got to change gears, switch directions in life. So when I'm in the community in various neighborhoods in Long Island, New York, across Suffolk County, but I call it Suffolk County. When I'm in all these communities, going into all these homes, walking into all type of situations, dealing with dysfunctional people with brain dead mentality, people who don't give a damn. And it ain't just these young men that I'm working with that are in all the juvenile facilities and getting in trouble. Some of these parents are messed up too, and they're the same age as me. They're millennials just like me. And they didn't have parents to teach them to do the right thing. Hell, I wasn't even raised by my parents. I was raised by my grandmother. May she rest in peace. She just recently passed away a few months ago. And I wasn't raised, my father wasn't in my life. My mother was barely in my life. And me and my mother always had a tumultuous relationship. So I tell these young men, man, I've been there. I know what you're going through. I've dealt with the things you dealt with. I dealt with those issues, those childhood traumas, those triggers, and the things that those external triggers, spark up those old internal triggers, childhood trauma, childhood pain. And I tell all these young men, it ain't gonna be easy for you to stay out of trouble because you've been ostracized already. They made it to where you can't win with your Hispanic counterparts and your Caucasian counterparts that you go to school with, because nobody knows, because they feel like you come from this kind of family. The system, the school system, the educational system feel that, oh, this kid, he has a learning disability, ADHD, and he's emotionally disturbed, and dyslexia and graphia and all these various, different things that they say, and all this other nonsense, and all these diagnoses and all these various diseases and different things. And these young men, they have all these challenges. And right off the bat, they're already counted out by the school system. And all the school system do is let them get in trouble and kick them out, so they don't. So they're forced to go in to society and go into the streets and commit crime and catch some serious charges, man. And their behavior is extremely bad. Bad behavior these young men have. They dealing with psychological issues. They dealing with emotional issues, all type of different things. And I tell these young men, you will be all right. Nobody may want to tell you, but I'm here for you. And if you need help, give me a call. Even if you just want to talk, get some things off your chest. We ain't always got, and I tell them, we ain't always got to talk about staying out of trouble. Because we know, as young black men and brown men, it is very hard to stay out of trouble in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? Because it is hard. And the obstacles are already there in front of us. And we have so many damn obstacles. And the biggest obstacle that we have is the financial obstacle. Because our parents don't make enough money. They didn't make enough money. And we got millennial parents raising children raising children. And our baby boomer parents and our silent generation grandparents, not all of them, but a lot of them dropped the ball. A lot of them dropped the ball. Now I have baby boomer parents and love them, but they're selfish. And that's what's starting to be, I see being repeated when I'm in the community mentoring young men that are the ages of 13 to 19 years of age. And they have parents my age. You know, mentoring a kid a couple of years ago. And I told him, I said, look, man, today's your last day with me. But if you want to keep in touch with me, you can. If not, don't worry about it. And I was getting ready to leave. And the young man says, hey, Mr. T, you want my number? All right, give me your number. And I'll give you my number again. But stay out of trouble. And I really want you to try to do the best that you can to stay out of trouble. Because I don't want to see anything bad happen to you. I don't want to see you going back to the juvenile detention center and possibly going off to the county lockup and then and graduating to the state prison. Now he did graduate. The young man did graduate, got his diploma. But you know what? A few months later, the young man killed himself and two other teenagers. The ages were 18, 17, and 15. And still to this day, that still bothers me. And I feel like sometimes I could have done more. And I say to myself, damn, man. Damn. What didn't I do right as a mentor? But then I had to take time to step back and say to myself, like, you know what? I did the best that I could to work with this young man. And he was being apprehensive the whole time. I would come by to his house, check up on him, jumping his ass a little bit, tell him don't be disrespecting your mother. Your mother ain't perfect, but you only got one mother, and we only get one mother in this world. Hell, I wish even me and my mother had a better relationship. This is the things that I tell these young men, because you guys are, and I tell them, you guys are young men, but you're going to be grown men. And the consequences get worse for your actions. So I'm always out here in the community on the front lines. And I've been involved in community work ever since I was a 12-year-old boy. Despite some of my mishaps in the streets, because I had challenges too, just like these same young men. But I've always been involved in charity work. And I still do charity work, because that's what I'm doing. Charity work in the community, running the Community Credible Messenger Initiative program for the last 6 years here in Suffolk County, New York. And I've been the lead credible messenger. And I've been the one pounding the pavement from all the town, all the neighboring cities all over Suffolk County, dealing with various different young men, white, black, Spanish, all sorts of different kids. But most of the kids, for the most part, got mad love for me, and I got mad love for those young men because I was one of those young men. But the only thing with me, I was just a little bit more mature than them when I was their age, and I was a little bit ahead of the curve. See, I'd be doing volunteer work in the community, and then when I'm not doing volunteer work in the community, I'm getting in trouble, running from the popo. And these young men think I just fell off the wagon. They got another thing coming. And when I tell them, man, I've been on probation twice. I've been on state parole. And I don't do too much preaching. I give it to everybody straight up and all the way straight. Because when you're dealing with our young people, you have to talk their language. If you're not talking their language, you're not going to get through to them. Because all these young men, they're stubborn. They think they know it all, just like we all did. We all thought we knew it all. And all I'm saying is, man, if you're in your community striving to make a difference and working to make a difference, keep making a difference in your community. Doesn't matter how big it is. Forget the awards and the citations that the town want to give you, the city want to give you. Forget all of that, cause that ain't why I'm in the community to help the young people. I'm in the community to help the young people be better men, because we need more men, especially in this feminist society today. And we got women demasculating men out here. And a lot of these young men, they need to get it together. And some of us old men too need to get it together.
I stayed me since 83.
Step up.
I stayed me.
Because us as men,
stay true, but hateful, living in this true man show. At the ones can't be fooled again, only a true man knows. When the winds were low, Eddie and Laura, money wasn't long, Stegosaurus, I was petty, enormous. The fuck I'ma get mines? Whoa, Kimosabi, she on her knees, proceeds to slap me. I be gone with the foreign like I'm 5-0. Then it's adios, love from the Bronx to the Galapagos, where the gauntlet on my throne. Half of you's got to go, always keep the passport. When with Rav, we take flight, deliver vicious bedtime stories. Rappers say goodnight, they lack stamina. I'm about the action like lights, camera. Over the years, some light damage, slight advantage though. For you to ante up would be the antidote. Love for the game, but cantaloupe. Jealous ones aiming for my cantaloupe. Can't help these winds feel great. They never outside, the way we keep them home could've been in real estate. They say home is where your fitted hat lays. Survive these last days, dark nights in the back cave, waiting for the signal, non-fiction, real as it get. Now freeze is a stick up, we're here to steal your respect. They say home is where your fitted hat lays. Survive these last days, dark nights in the back cave, waiting for the signal, non-fiction, real as it get. Now freeze is a stick up, we're here to steal your respect.
A sucker bleed if they come for me. It's like I run a team, but it's one in me. Dropped off in the land of the lost cause. I rose up, I took the job. These niggas will stick their nose up. Any means get to the green. Seldom seen with dimensions of me. My dedication, what I question at times. We put in a lot of work for baby steps to make the best of the times. Yeah. Flying waves, you could drop the fade. Turnstile, I hop the A. I'm like 29 stops away. I'm in the birthplace looking for my certificate. Niggas can't front on the guard, I've been meticulous. Work ethic, these words blessed to perfection. Make the cloud chasers move and gets the nerds stepping. From the era where that talking gets you seen it chalk. Couldn't come around certain parts, took the scenic walk. 80s baby like walking around the eggshell. One false move and you sleeping in the bed cell. I seen it too well. Packing the bags, you took a new trail. Farewell, farewell.
Ego step down. You understand me?
They say home is where your fitted hat lays. Survive these last days. Dark nights in the back cave. Waiting for the signal. Non-fiction, real as it get. Now freeze is a stick up. We're here to steal your respect. They say home is where your fitted hat lays. Survive these last days. Dark nights in the back cave. Waiting for the signal. Non-fiction, real as it get. Now freeze is a stick up. We're here to steal your respect.
See, when people have their ego up front, you can't tell them anything. Joe Biden knows that he's not capable of running this country. The man has health issues, but his ego is holding him hostage to keep running for presidency of the United States of America. Now Donald Trump got an ego. His ego is that he lost to Joe Biden in the Democratic Dixiecratic part, the Dixiecrat Party, and various and different things like that. So his ego is up front because he has a big following. A lot of people support Donald Trump. A lot of rich millionaire people support Donald Trump. Joe Biden talking about he don't care what the millionaires think and all this other crap when he's a millionaire himself. And the reason why I don't like Joe Biden, I didn't forget that set 1974 article, what he said about black people. I didn't forget about your 1994 crime bill that you and Slick Dick Willie passed. That mass incarceration bill that they passed in 1994. And look at the downfall of it. Communities all over is affected by that. So I definitely would never support a guy like Joe Biden. He ain't got no balls. And he's a company man. Can't be a company man. You got to be a man of power. And you got to be a man who got sense about yourself. And a man who has any real sense about himself should already know. Hang it up. You got to throw in the white towel. You got to throw in that white towel and know when to hang it up. It is what it is. Donald Trump, he lost the election. Hell, man, he had people rioting for him. People got killed for Donald Trump. You know, those white Republicans and white conservatives, they on that man's side. And I'll be the first to say, you know, I voted for Donald Trump twice. Because Donald Trump, as I always said, showed me that you don't have to be a career politician to be president. All you need is a bunch of money and some influence and some backing. You can become president of this place we call the United States of America. Keep it real with you. And also, too, I like Trump because he thinks he's a businessman. He may not be the smartest businessman, but he thinks everything to him is business. And me, I'm about business and making financial capital so I can have the financial freedom to do all the things that I want to do and need to do for my family. Now along the way, some of that's been held up for me to do those things, but I don't make excuses. I still get up and get out there and do it. Donald Trump, like I said, he's a businessman. And he got people behind him. A lot of those 1%ers, them good old boys, oh, they behind him 100%, and he know it. And he know it. And now see, if they were smart, see, they would have just gave him the 4 years, and then you wouldn't have to worry about him. But see, he gonna run again, win this election right here, do his little project 2025 and even project 2025. There's some things in there that I don't particularly like and don't particularly care for. But I also know, excuse me, I had to take a sip of some water. There's some things in project 2025 that are strictly geared towards the rich people. There's some stuff in there that's geared towards the rich people. You know what I'm saying? And who will be? So there will be a lot of people affected by Trump's 2025 project in a different way, in many different ways. You know what I'm saying? But the rich people ain't got to worry about that. You know, or you know, millionaires and billionaires and 100,000aires. You guys won't be affected by that, but you know, a lot of people in the minority community will be affected by it. You know, people who make under 50, about 50 grand a year, people who make, you know, less than 100 grand a year, and they'll be affected by the project 2025. I didn't thoroughly go through it all, so I'm not going to break it down on this particular broadcast tonight, but I'll point it out next week on next week's show on Sunday night, right here on the Money Marv Report. Tonight, you know what I mean, I was just kind of just getting a few things off my chest. Had to address a few bootlickers, you know what I mean? You know, and people who always want to give their opinion to me and their constructive criticism on what I'm doing and then how I'm doing it, you know, but that's what this show particularly was about, you know what I mean? To talk about the adversity that independent black entrepreneurs face, the adversity we face trying to build companies and turn them into corporations. Corporation, two different things, but I'm not going to get into that. And when you have a small independent media company like I do, I got to fight with all these other independent media companies that's running that same race and doing the same thing. So I'm all for, you know, tax cuts for private businesses and various different things like that. I'm also about the free capital market, making money. But I'm going to say this. Everybody should be able to make money and not have so many restraints on their back. We're getting taxed for everything. But the reason why we're being taxed for everything, and it makes it so hard for business, because people like Joe Biden wants to take 48% of that, right? Oh, Slow Joe wants to take 48% of that. And 48% is a lot. 48% is a lot. Shit, we might as well be business partners. You know what I mean? But it's very hard for independent media companies like Money Marvelous Multimedia Entertainment to do this, because when you're a local guy in your region of the world, you know, you're not going to get a whole lot of support from folk that don't understand the vision. And we got a whole lot of people that are doing black urban podcasts and urban radio shows and urban TV shows and stuff like that. And now a lot of us don't have 2 million subscribers on YouTube and I don't know, a million people following us on Facebook and all that stuff. So I get it. It's challenging to make money in this when the people that you're dealing with, they don't really even have money to fund some of their projects. So they have to be selective where they spend their capital, because they're working to still pay bills and run their music career to be, you know, a recording artist, rapper, singer, poet, producer, and various different things of that nature, podcaster, radio personality, or whatever it is. They're even struggling to do those things. So I'm not knocking anybody for what they're doing. I'm here to congratulate people in their personal success, because I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm here to congratulate people that work hard, man, that really wanna do this, because it's not easy. We got a lot of dictators.
First Rockefeller break up, then every day I wake up, somebody got a problem with Clay. I was stuck up in the streets, trying to make a way, moving like a pound a day. is a fan of correctional spots. I made a choice, do music and don't ever stop. Whether it sounds underground or selling like pop. Connect the dots, 50 years old is hip hop. Some did it for the love and still got shot. You think I'm not giving it all that I got? Before and after the internet dropped, I learned a lot, all in the name of hip hop. They even try to sell me dreams I wouldn't cop. Sent me contracts full of bullshit. Yeah, I wanna rap, but it gotta make sense. My music would sell, but I didn't have a hit. I did it for the love without love, you dig?
We did it for the love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of. We did it for the love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of.
Superstition, I don't think they know who he is. They question the bro's achievements. If you ain't got followers, bottom line, no one believes in it. If they can't verify you with a post on social media, your history's erased. Like where we supposed to go to read this shit to even believe it, they need a flick. I ain't never been industry. I told plenty of legends to eat a dick. Notorious forward like the brother from the bad boy camp. When I was touring, there was plenty flights and passport stamps. Never with chain shopping. We drove 12 hours when there was no plane options. Still outshine your favorite rappers, we ain't name dropping. I know my status, no need to debate. Was working at my 9 to 5 on most of my release dates though. See, they don't know that I'm an OG in my region. Was rock for Australians, the Swedish and Norwegian. My name solidified permanently, eternally. But hardly mention you niggas think attention is currency.
We did it for the love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of. We did it for the love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of.
Y'all don't love us.
Y'all don't love us. Cameron brought us at the Source Awards, but then again, what is the look of? Dilla shoulda had way more. A Bandcamp store don't have a closed door. It's open for bids, but you would have to know who I'm is. We existed before your social misfits and your apps and all your algorithms and shit. We consider ourselves self-made with catalogs, but not a lot of records were played. Performances were rarely paid. We love the sport, but the game don't reciprocate. Without love, we still went above and beyond. To and fro, even hither and yon. In Japan, we've been Ichiban twice, 20 years apart. 2 different iterations of art, though to the end and from the start. With a champion's heart, me and Super always did our part. Without love, but still with a champion's heart. Clay Way always did his part without love, nigga. Love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of. We did it for the love without love. Made a name for ourselves without buzz. We made history that we can be proud of. Except the fools we slapped the shit out of.
And definitely ain't trying to fit in with people that I don't particularly care for and people that I don't like and I don't respect. And there's a whole lot of you people I don't respect because you're condescending, you're stuck up, and most of you are a bunch of bougie motherfuckers. So, you can keep that bougie ass bullshit to yourselves because I ain't got to deal with you and you ain't got to deal with me. You don't owe me nothing. And I don't owe you anything. There's one person that I have to respect for even answering back is hip-hop legend Dana Dane. Now, I'm sure somebody from his team or something, sent a letter back and said Dana Dane isn't doing interviews. So I did get a response. But the rest of these Negroes, I ain't getting no response from none of these Negroes. Which is perfectly fine because they don't know who the hell Money Marv is and they don't even know who the Money Marv Report is. And that's perfectly fine too. And they don't even know who 631 Radio is. You know what I mean? And as I said before, 631 Radio, this is the station to be on. We got dope music from dope independent artists. hip hop and R&B and soul and a little bit of jazz. And we got some dope talk shows on here as well. So I'm gonna keep continuing doing what I want to do and doing what I love best, and that's doing radio and podcast and being an underrated and overlooked media producer and journalist. And one day, some people will recognize and some people won't. But those who do, I thank you. And I thank all the people that support this movement. And the ones who don't, I thank y'all too. Because you know why? Because you guys make me want to get better. And that means that I got to earn your respect. And I ain't got no problem going out earning no respect. Because respect ain't given, you got to earn it. And I don't have no problem going out earning my respect. Because I'm always going to get down for my crown, baby. It ain't nothing that nobody can take away from me. And can't nobody tell me that I don't get down for mine. Because I ain't no sucker, I ain't no punk. And I'm with whatever the fuck niggas want to be on. If y'all want to take it to some street shit, we can take it to some street shit. Straight up and down. If y'all want to take it to some political shit, we could take it to some political shit. It don't matter to me. I live by my 4 cardinal principles. That is charity, justice, brotherly love, and fidelity. Those are my 4 principles that I live by. And I stand by those principles every day of my life. Why? Because those are the things that mean a whole lot to me. And me, if I don't have to sacrifice my integrity, I ain't doing it. And I'm not going to. Even if people try to force me to sacrifice my integrity. I'm not going to sacrifice my integrity just to fit in, just to get in with a crowd of people who don't care about me. Hell no, I ain't never going to do that. Ain't going to happen, folks. I'm going to be me. I ain't finna try to fit in and be down with everybody because I think they're doing something big. There's a whole lot of people in this world that I do respect, and I respect their hustle and their grind and what they did to get where they had to get to. I ain't knocking nobody, but don't knock my tree down. When I done planted a seed and built my tree, and now my tree is full grown, don't try to knock my tree down and don't try to cut my limbs off my tree. Because I planted that seed and I watered that tree for it to grow. I made this tree grow. Ain't nobody make this tree grow but me. And I don't get no help with this. And I ain't looking for no help. And if people want to donate, hey, thank you. That's perfectly fine too. It's going to a good cause. And if they don't want to donate, hey, fuck them. You know what? It is what it is. I ain't here to force people to do anything. You know, they can support those other guys and support those people that they like and respect and admire. That's perfectly fine too. But the Money Marv Report, 631 Radio, I'm just letting y'all know we coming. We coming for that number 1 spot. And that's it. Ain't no ifs, ands, and maybe about it, because I'm coming for it. And I'm going to do everything that I need to do to get my number 1 spot, because I put in a lot of work. I put in a lot of work and a lot of pain and a lot of dedication and time. I sacrificed a lot, and I'm not going to stop. I'm persistent. I'm resilient. I'm resilient. I'm not going to let nobody tell me that I can't do this, because I have one of the best voices in internet urban radio. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you don't hear me doing no boasting and bragging and no hoopla and hollering and looking for handouts and looking for glory and looking for cool points. I'm just over here doing my own thing. And I'm going to keep minding my business and keep pushing my message and keep, doing whatever it is that I love to do. And on that note, folks, hope everybody have a good Sunday night. Have a marvelous Monday. Get back to that money making Mondays. And I want to just tell everybody, this is a metaphorical term for math. It's subtraction and addition. So folks, please decrease the apathy, increase the consciousness. Peace and love. That is my time. I will see y'all next Sunday night. One love to all. Everybody stay blessed. Stay up. Stay strong. One.